Good morning, welcome back to BT. Well, Canada's Tegan and Sara are touring on the release of their 7th studio album called Heartthrob, and BT's Jenna Khan had a chance to catch up with the twin duo just before they packed MTS Centre.
In part 1 of 2, Jenna and the Quins talk about the new album and the evolution of the band's music.
All I wanna get is a little bit closer.
Getting a little closer with Canadian duo Tegan and Sara. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Thanks so much for chatting with us. Super exciting to have you in Winnipeg, a bigger venue than you played last time you were here. And Heartthrob, just hot on its heels. Let's talk a little bit about this record, 7th one. We've heard your sound change a little bit. Maybe talk a little bit about how you approached this record in particular.
You know, we definitely felt like after specifically the Con and Sainthood, which were more indie rock. I mean, we obviously, you know, use keyboards and synths and that sort of thing, but we felt like we had sort of maybe maxed out the world that we were in a little bit, and we talked a lot about some of the collaborations that we had done and them being more dance leaning and electronic music leaning, and how that seemed to really be exciting not just for our audience but was helping us grow our audience internationally. And so we talked about trying to make something that was a little bit more of a Tegan and Sara's take on pop music, and you know, something more modern and contemporary. And we started to feel like if we were just duplicating what we had done in the past, that maybe people wouldn't be as interested, you know, so we had to really challenge ourselves and push ourselves to do something that was very unexpected from us.
Well, I think too, I mean, with pop music sometimes you see a lot of illusion, you see a lot of just hype, but you managed to hold on to your voice, and it's a very honest voice that we've always loved from Tegan and Sara. And I know in the songwriting process you guys collaborated a little bit more for the first time. Maybe talk about how that worked. Aren't you in different cities?
We actually just pointed out 2 really important aspects of what Tegan and Sara, the band, is. You know, the first part of it is that Sara and I do live on different coasts, and so we've done a lot of our writing separately. But over the last 6 years, we've started to do a ton of collaborating with other artists, and I think Sara and I realized that, you know, some of those songs, like our song with Tiesto and our song with David Guetta, or our single with Morgan Page here in Canada, Bodywork, I mean, these were actually more successful than anything we were doing alone. And I think we just realized that we're kind of like a superhero team, and when we collaborate, oftentimes it resonates with more people because we do have very distinct voices. So with Heartthrob, we definitely threw a lot more collaboration into the pot. Sara ended up writing on all 5 of the songs that I ended up submitting for the record. So I think the record feels a lot more cohesive, and it does feel like there is a little less of like, this is a Sara song and this is a Tegan song, which I think is really exciting for our audience. And I think that when it comes to changing our sound and maybe going for a bit more of a mainstream pop leaning sound, we were very conscientious that we did not lose the thing that seems to be the factor that really keeps people in love with Tegan and Sara and our music, which is the depth of our writing. And I think that we were trying to prove that you can write something that's really catchy and really memorable, but also still has a really intense core.
Now you want to keep watching BT for part 2 of Jenna's interview coming up. Tegan and Sara, next up they're going to talk about a Grammy nomination, and then a little bit about how they feel about being a role model for young women.
I think that's a tough job to have.
No, hey, or being a young girl or being a role model for a young girl, because both are tough.
Both are tough. But yeah, to be your own person and to do what you want, but still be aware of that other people are looking up to you. I think that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, especially in an age when being a little girl is oh so tough. There's so much going on there. How exactly do you find that line? So looking forward to talking and hearing a little bit more with Tegan and Sara coming up from backstage at MTS Centre. Gonna take a break. Coming up, we're gonna meet who could be your new best friend.
Aww.
Beautiful creature from the Winnipeg Humane Society is looking for forever home.